Zia ultimate, Jin wanting to play as far back as possible. They have so much range at their disposal, and they're going to keep it that way. Rounding things out with a Bard. We've been seeing a bunch of Bard at this tournament. The ultimate has proven to be so effective, especially for an exciting one. CFO have done nothing but surprises throughout this tournament, and they want to keep those surprises going.
No Encore going to be fine for him. As Flandre trading with Ginger down towards this bottom side. Kyle on the chase as well. It's a 3v2 right now in favor of CFO. Cosmic Binder coming out. Kaiwing still only level 5. Lands the knock-up explosive cast as well, but there's the flash and the smash into the wall, and Kaiwing is mown down by Ginger already on the Drake. That's pretty much gone. They might look for the fight afterwards though, as Flandre has the flank. Ginger's going to land the smite. There's the tempered fate coming out onto Ginger. Kaiwing trying to get his way away. Ginger still stunned up. Keeper's verdict finds HongQ guilty, and the chase continues. Ginger with the Crescent Guard keeps himself alive for a hell of a long time. In the end,
so you'll notice HongQ sitting on the top wave, catching that wave, but now he can look to regroup with his team. Doggo
going for Doggo, who has the flash, dodges the deadly flourish, flash forward from Kaiwing. He knocks Tarzan back, and he has to flash away. Weaver's Wall coming out from HongQ, immediately exhausted. The bullet time opens up, but doesn't find much purchase. And in the end, CFO should be able to retreat. Lose about half of all their health bars. Curtain Call coming out. Driver with the explosive cast knocks back Shanks! And Shanks, even with the Emperor's Divide, can't survive! Ginger with a knocker with the Q3. Flandre going to turn it back around on him, and Ginger will fall. CFO still trying to find a purchase on this fight. Hope takes a double up.
Flandre, he's overstayed his welcome. He needs to get away from this tower, has the Maiden.
Puts it down, only a couple of minions here to really defend. Driver looking for the knockback, but Flandre flashes away the bullet time. Ginger dashing forward, dodge this, says Doggo. But meanwhile, Rift Herald has been summoned in the mid lane as AL continue their advances. Kaiwing gets the knockback, tempered fate, Keeper's verdict. You're all alone now, HongQ, as Tarzan looks for the knock into the wall but can't find it. Cosmic Binding will still land but doesn't get the stun. There's the smash, there's hope. HongQ flashes, but a soldier finds his back as AL get 2 in the mid lane. Flandre comes in, there's the Weaver's Wall to separate the team. Driver on the wrong side of it, as is Kaiwing. CFO, where are your attentions? Currently split between the Drake and between the fight. Bullet time opens up only onto Kaiwing. Driver forcing Shanks up towards the top side. Ginger's going to land the smite onto the Mounted Drake. It's sole point now for CFO, but can they get the hell out of the fight? Flandre force load, the Curtain Call coming out as well. Here's Kaiwing into the deadly flourish for the root, and now CFO are all on the retreat. The river runs red with Kaiwing's blood, and Flandre wants to add more of CFO to it. Hope still on the chase. Doggo able to walk away for now, dodges the deadly flourish. AL might just have to accept 1 kill in the Otacon.
We're seeing how spread out these fights are because of all the disengaged tools, but CFO get themselves to sole point. They still want to contest this. Tarzan.
Tarzan in, there's the deadly flourish follow-up, and Shanks slides in. Meet my bodyguards. Tarzan falls though. Ginger able to flash away. Kyle looking for the flank, doesn't get the auto off, and Doggo's found 2. Hope just short of the seismic shove. Shanks and Flandre need to back up their bot lane. Hope reloading, gets the 4th shot off, but he doesn't have the damage, and Otacon is helping CFO! His allegiances changed in the middle of the fight. Shanks trying to dodge around, there's no vision in that bush. Flandre finds another, no mana left on him. Doggo with the red buff gets the slow onto Flandre, but
with what you can.
So Driver's going to be the one to face check. Kyle there, knocked up, has the magical journey to get himself out. Driver locked up in the dark possession. Tempered fate on 4. The Keeper's verdict charged up and will knock out 2. Driver dives in, but the rest of his team are nowhere near him. Driver will fall after the stopwatch, and now CFO in a 4v5 seismic shove.
As the dragon is now alive. Tarzan forced to flash. Good summon a burn. Driver very isolated though.
Shanks goes in, flash away from Driver, dodges the Emperor's Divide. So that's 2 flashes and an ultimate down now for AL, and CFO see their window. They'll start up the Drake, knock back Tarzan. Gets the knock-up, but it's only onto Kaiwing. Weaver's Wall will separate the fight out a little bit. Doggo and Ginger waiting for HongQ to back them up. Shanks trying to put the damage in from the side. Kaiwing, Kyle forced away. Kaiwing on that front line as he tries to get through the pit. Ginger in there, but it's secured by Kyle, who may have switched to smite. Ginger's going to have to get the hell out. The curtain's open. Ginger's already down. The side shove across the wall into the bullet time isn't enough to kill off Shanks. Kaiwing will fall in the end. And somehow AL win out the fight in the river. HongQ slammed into the wall and massacred by anyone's legend. Doggo follows suit. In the end, a double for Hope and a 5-for-1 exchange.
I think that may very well just be game. The death timers are very long. AL see the Nexus in their eyes. There's no one standing in their way, and they're looking to close out game 1.
For so long, it seemed like CFO could get back into the game. AL had this lead, and then in one explosive fight, They just rip any control of the game away from the LCP #1 seeds. It's 1-0 AL.
We're really close, yes, for the reasoning for the comp. You can already see how much damage came through from
a little bit more of a front-to-back composition. The fact that you had the Skarner, you had the Corki with decent poke from range. You also then have the Rumble ultimate that can come down through from the back line. To then have the Kai'Sa. Let's jump into game 2, see how things pan out. Medic and I are going to do our best to... Oh, hang on.
Oh, Kyle is ignited. He's trying to dodge, misses, but the hook from Kaiwing goes wide. He still gets the kill. HongQ now down to 0 HP as Hope will take that kill. They're going to chase Kaiwing away, who doesn't have flash and doesn't have ignite and doesn't have...
2 kills.
Has an extra longsword as well from that back. Gets back into the lane in time and escape HongQ, who used his flash in that level 1. But HongQ showing the power of the Gatling gun in the lane there, especially with Ryze having relatively short range. You can just gattle him down. Shanks looking for the overload and he'll find it!
Doggo sacrificed a lot there. TP now going to come through from Flandre. The Grubs started off. It's hard for Tarzan though, he's quite far away.
Flandre goes in with the Justice Punch, doesn't land the taunt. Kyle has the Pop Blossom level 6 and the flash. HongQ's going to try and chunk him out with a Gatling gun. Smite already used by Junja, will be back up in a couple of seconds time. Tarzan could just step in here and steal away one of these Grubs, but he's looking for a flank of his own. Junja gets the second Smite off. I wonder if CFO will just disengage. Doggo culled. Down to 300 HP. CFO should retreat from this. The Realm Warp coming out as well. We'll bring Tarzan onto the back line. There's the Cyclone Pop Blossom. And it's a Venn diagram of death here for CFO. AL find 2 as they sweep away the LCP. I don't think it's the best idea. Hook is going to hit onto Kyle.
It's too slow. They're not there.
Junja going in with the smite. It's secured by Tarzan. Hero's Entrance coming out as well. Culling onto HongQ. Realm Warp there for the follow-up. Kyle trying to get in with the Pop Blossom. Junja there first. Target up towards the top side. HongQ will fall first. Kaiwing next as Hope flashes forward for the kill. Junja follows suit. Okay, the killer instinct from Doggo. He's a long way away right now. Can jump in. Junja trying to posture around it as Kyle locks him up. Kyle down to half HP, does still have that Pop Blossom taunt coming out. It's going to land, but only onto the Nautilus. There's a culling follow-up, Death Charge, Pop Blossom! And Nautilus is the one who just goes pop. Hero's Entrance comes in for the Magic Shield on Kyle. Cyclone for the chase on Junja. Shanks is going to Realm Warp behind them, and Junja taunted up and taken out of the fight. They'll get one in response. Tarzan has fallen, but the objective... and the
covering in the Tri-Brush, has the ulti to create a flank. The Dragon started off.
Junja's going to step forward, immediately jumps onto Shanks. Ooh. The Depth coming out as well with the 6 arm guns enough. Kyle, the first to fall in the fight, but meanwhile on the back line, Tarzan begins to rip through CFO. Doggo trying to get away as Kaiwing looks for the hook, but can't land it on Shanks or Hope. Meanwhile, Driver falls to Flandre, and now it's all on the bot lane for CFO. Doggo, the driver on this Rumble. Doggo a mile away, but always has the killer instinct to jump into a fight. There's a TP out from the Rumble. Hero's Entrance available for Flandre as well, as they dive onto Junja immediately. A 3-man impale, though it's huge! As Doggo begins to turn the fight around, all on the back of Junja. The killer instinct forward. Hope is extinguished. CFO! From nothing, find it all! An ace in the Baron as well! Staying up through fights. Elder begun now by CFO. AL walk into the darkness. The Elder getting shredded immediately, down to 6,000 HP. AL might not even get in range. Tarzan's going to have to decoy in. The Hero's Entrance coming out, but there's the Elder, and Tarzan is already down. Kyle popping the heal just to escape the clutches of CFO, but Shanks does not have that same luxury. Slammed into the wall by Junja. He can stop time for a second, but he's going to be sent to a timeout back to the fountain. See from it because of double TP from AL. They want this game to end right now. Shanks on the flank, gets onto Driver, spell blocks going out, but he has to be careful because of that Elder buff still remaining on CFO. They'll retreat as 4. Tarzan trying to get in here, Realm Warp up in 6 seconds, Dredge line, Depth Charge, not enough, no follow-up damage onto Shanks. The Ocean Soul as well, helping them out as Driver goes in with the Flame Spitter, but they just don't have the damage! Phosphorus Bomb finds its mark, a double impale as well. The Taunt Kyle goes in with a Pop Blossom, and they'll get one in response, but now it's all on Hope. It rests on his shoulders. He opens up onto Junja, who flashes away. CFO out with 3 right now. Flandre, Justice Punch forward, Hope dashing in as well. Junja will fall, HongQ has the GA, is it enough? Hope trying to heal up with that Ocean Soul. And it's a 1v1 between the mid and the bot. The Gatling gun, Valkyrie forward! The follow-up from Flandre could be devastating for CFO. Junja, though, with these impales, has been absolutely on the mark. They step forward, Kaiwing hooks, but only onto the wall. Depth Charge, Pop Blossom, Hero's Entrance! And once again, it's the 1-4 combo, Kaiwing already down. Doggo HongQ have to retreat as Junja's locked up as well. Driver's dead, the Realm Warp forward as AL look for more. Kyle on the flank, the Tangle Barbs onto Junja. The weaknesses here for AL is that short range that we talked about all the way back in draft. How can Hope get close enough without the rapid fire cannon? Impale going in, there's the Pop Blossom as Kyle finds 3. Junja forced low, and he'll fall as we look for the engage on towards the backline from Doggo. Doesn't go in with the Killer Instinct, holds it for the moment. The depth charge used alongside that equalizer. The wave now pushing in. There's Tarzan, a hero's entrance. The GA on Tarzan's shoulders will bring him back to life. Both the Nexus towers are down as Kyle begins to open up on the Nexus. CFO trying to defend, but they just can't do it in the face of anyone's legend. 2-0 now on match point.
Completely getting the full DPS in too. So, like, 28 minutes in, as you can see.
Look at that gold.
Leaving her to her own devices.
How do you feel about it compositionally if it is locked in? It is actually going to be the Gnar in the end. Look for that range advantage over the Gwen in the early game. Get a lot of grass.
Hello, Mark. How's it going?
It's going great. This is amazing. Being in the venue, the crowd's really loud. It's really fun to see these games.
Oh, yes.
Oh my god, we got a level 1 fight. There's a flash forward from the Annie. A big stun with the W is going to land onto HongQ. Kaiwi's going to try and get away with the flash, and there's the flash from Junji as well.
Doesn't have that shockwave, but does have enough pressure to force Flandre and Tarzan out. Kyle looks for the Shadowing Strike. There's the crash down as well. Junja's going to land the smite. Hits level 6 off it. Could look for the Subjugate. Flashes away from the Sonic Wave. Flandre with the needle worked. Only goes into the Unbreakable as Doggo begins to open up on Kyle and Hope. Good Shadowing Strike is cleansed away by Doggo, but Kyle has to flash himself. Doggo with the lethal tempo gets first blood. Hope flashes away, but is hit by the Winter's Bite beforehand. I don't think he's going to escape this. Another auto attack would be enough. There's another Winter's Bite. And HongQ will be gifted the kill. Good play caller back from Hope. Perhaps he shouldn't have. And there's the teleport behind immediately.
Corrected.
AL looking for it. Kyle and Hope putting some damage into Kai Wing. Shanks on the flank is a double TP. They're investing all of it into this fight. Rest only half Mega Narbar. Kyle going in with the Magnet Storm only onto Kai Wing. The Sonic Wave back. There's the Shockwave as well. Junja down to half HP. Hope begins to open up. Rest though jumps back in, looking for that Gnar, gets Shanks against the wall. Junja survives, and Shanks will fall. AL, they force the fight, and they
see that Shanks is in a position looking for it. Flandre goes over the wall.
It's into the back of the pit. Tarzan looking for the Sonic Wave. It's Junja who secures it. There's the Tibbers. The Magnet Storm follow up, but the Shockwave will pull Kyle back. He's stunned up with the concussive blows. He manages to survive. HongQ chasing him down. We'll get the Clockwork wind up. Meanwhile, in the back of the pit, Junja is going to fall. Rest looking for that Mega Gnar. HongQ is on the wrong side of this wall, but does still have a flash. And that Gnar's now Mega. Doggo putting some damage in. We're trying to gain some purchase on the river right now, but Rest is still in the top lane, building up that Mega Gnar bar. It's about to go Mega as we see the catch onto Kai Wing. Even with the Tibbers, it takes them an absolute age to kill him.
Face checking into a brush when the rest of your team just isn't in the river. HongQ now isolated.
Doesn't have flash here as well. Shockwave just about to come off cooldown, but it's not going to be enough to survive. And AL will take the neutral. Rest does have that Gnar up. Gets the wallop, gets the stun onto Kyle. The Gnar back, Shadowing Strike still's gonna connect. Rest with a good jump, and they switch places. It's a merry-go-round here as Rest looks for another wallop. Flandre caught out a little bit by Junja down towards this bottom side. Doesn't have the flash, is only running Ghost. Rest escapes, and Flandre now needs to be careful, but I don't think he'll escape the clutch. True Shot Barrage not available to him. Tibbers here to tank the Otacon a little bit. Will chase off Doggo. AL. They're doing it safely. Junja can still look for the steal. Doesn't have the flash, but has the smite. Can step forward here. Hallowed Mist out from the Gwen as they look for the Otacon. Junja's in there and he steals it away. Better Storm comes out, but Doggo finds one, finds two with the True Shot Barrage. It's a triple. It's a quadra. And Doggo is barking. They managed to pick up the feats as HongQ will just stop Kyle's back here. Shockwave bringing him back. Kaiwing will look for the Winter's Bite. Kyle remounts to try and get a bit of extra movement speed. Will land the Shadowing Strike, and now HongQ's out of position, and we talked about it. You can't be 2v3. HongQ trying to escape, but Tarzan's going to chase him down. Flandre has the flank position here as Rest TP'd in. Flandre needs to get out because the rest of CFO are going to collapse. Snip, snip, there you go. The needle works. It's 2 for anyone's legend. And time, miserable time in the LPL, now showing up for the LCP. Dragon's Rage kick back onto Rest here, doesn't have the flash, has no chance. Andries as well with the Malignance and the Bloodletter's Curse complete. Doggo, Arcane shifting across the wall, hits the Mystic Shot, oh my god, hits another, Hope has the Feather Storm and has to pop it just to survive! But will AL look for this? Tarzan hits the Sonic Wave onto HongQ, gets vision of the Baron, jumps away. And now he has to kick back Junja. Kyle up towards the top side, trying to keep Rest busy because Tarzan is falling low towards the bottom. Doggo surviving, Arcane shifts across the wall, the exhaust coming out, a good double stump from Shanks. Meanwhile on the top side, Flandre and Rest are fighting for their lives. Doggo with a true shot barrage will kill off Shanks. Right, Junja still on the Drake, 6,000 HP, down to 5 now as Tarzan tries to get into the pit. True shot barrage just behind him. Tarzan still finding a way to get in here. Sonograve hits, but it's too little, too late. Soul secured in the priceless moment of the game for CFO.
Great patience from CFO, just leveraging their range, their zone control, their poke. Junja, he's not afraid of anything.
Good pillar from Junja. They turn around onto him with the Magnus Storm, and with the Tibbers, they'll get the kill. Tarzan looking for a flank here, has that Dragon's Rage, but can't find an avenue to approach. CFO still with the Baron for 40 seconds. That's about one more wave worth of pushing time. Flandre going in. AL have called their moment for the fight. Shanks is going to recall and then TP back in. Counter TP coming out from Rest as Flandre puts the needles through HongQ, but just doesn't have the damage. Backs away, counter TP there from Shanks, but now he's all on his lonesome. Tarzan going in, there's the stun. Tarzan dashes back with the Iron Will trying to survive. Getting to Kai out, but he can't do it. True shot barrage out as Doggo and HongQ will secure that kill. Junja follows up with another one. Rest chasing Shanks down towards the bottom side. He's got a stun lined up, but Rest is just trying to keep AL from defending their tower. Doggo dashing forward. Flandre trying to snip through him. The blades come back with the Feather Storm, and Doggo still survives. Flandre and Hope do not have that same luxury. Shanks will join his team in the afterlife as these oysters are flying high.
It's a 5-0 ace. CFO set their sights on the Nexus, and they're looking to keep their hopes alive here at MSI.
CFO proving the comeback in game 2 was not a blip.
When he's trying to flank in. So it was a little bit of a late contest, and I also thought in this game in particular.
Doggo playing Cogmore, if he doesn't use the Corgi skin would disappoint me, I'll be honest. But it is going to be Sivir instead.
I mean, so I prefer this more into the Blitz.
Yep.
Because you do have that spell shield.
An underdog can do.
I mean, so at first stand, when they competed and they started winning a bunch ago,
Tarzan a mile away. Kaiwing looking for that hook. Junja steps forward. Hook's going to land onto Kyle. He's pulled back, played. And first blood goes to CFO. Tarzan looking for the flank here onto HongQ in the mid lane. Kaiwing surviving towards the bottom side. Hope electing not to go any further as they get the twisted advance in the mid lane onto HongQ. Shanks looking for the damage, but doesn't have a huge amount of mana. The twofold hex might be enough from HongQ here. He flashes over the wall in the void. Bramble Smash gets the auto down. The sapling will send him to his grave, but in the
for the Blitzcrank as Kaiwing sets his sights on bot.
Flandre needs to be careful here because there's the lantern, there's the play. Flandre, he was looking for the prediction flag on the death sentence, but it's still enough. Be a little bit hard for him as Doggo is the one caught out, and he puts the spell shield, but still caught by the flame chompers. There's the shutdown for Hope.
And locked up. The flash follow through comes from Tarzan. Big damage onto Shanks.
Shanks steals away the ultimate here, looking for the chase. Junja in with the Cataclysm, and now Kyle's underneath that tower. Shanks tanking it as well, he'll fall. It's 2-0 so far as CFO try and continue to turn this fight around. The dive, disastrous! Hope almost falls, but he has the barrier, just didn't. Clears out the vision, Rest coming across. Is that Rift Herald still pretty healthy? 6,000 now, Kyle still looking for that hook. There's the Nature's Grasp coming out from Tarzan as AL wants to take the fight. A couple of roots going down, but between worlds goes the Aurora. Rest able to dodge away. The Lantern there as well for him. Shanks steals the Cataclysm. Riptail secured by CFO. A counter Cataclysm onto Tarzan. Not really the target you want. Doggo untouched so far. Almost eats a zap as Shanks dives back in. Flashes over the flag and drag as Hope flashes forward as well as CFO have managed to get 4 members out. Junja almost takes down Hope, but gives the bounty across. And CFO will manage to get out with 4 players alive.
My goodness, those health bars got very low on both sides. On the Rod of Ages now closing the experience gap. TP in mid lane is super dangerous.
It's Rest. He should be okay. As Shanks jumps in, and he's not okay at all. Has to flash across the wall. Shanks gonna dive forward, and the Super Mega Death Rocket hits its man. I thought Cassante would be tankier as Shanks flashes in and looks for another. He'll get the double. Try to collapse. Shanks off vision on the control ward. As there's the Nature's Grasp, Eden up, Kaiwing Mikhails himself, but the hook still lands, but the Fame Chompers are down. HongQ trying to dive in, Shanks on the backline immediately, and Hope is on a killing spree. He finds one. Looking for Junja now as Doggo can't survive through Shanks. Rest goes all out, but Shanks goes golden as AL sends CFO to the morgue.
A flawless team fight. They'll now start getting closer to the base of CFO. They'll need to turtle. They have a great champion for it. Hook connects.
Another hook onto Rest. Tries to pathmaker out, but the Flame Chompers will stop. The Lantern from Kairing won't be taken by anyone as AL force CFO away from their inhibitor. Shanks dives in once again with the abscond abduct. And Junja is just trying to get away, but he's slain.
It was a hard-fought series. They were pushed to their limit. But AL see the Nexus.
Shanks dives in, goes between worlds, the Nexus towers fall, and CFO can only watch as AL rip them to shreds. The Oysters are shocked, the Pandas are eating good. AL claim the series 3-1. The LCP, you can see like, they really tried in that final game, but just a couple of mistakes, a couple of moments.